clear. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Hare
very much. This
Krishna,
time.
Dandavat Pranams, Guru Maharaj Ji.
No, 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 no. गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः श्रीगुरुचरणकमलं वन्दे रमणपृष्ठाले श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदं च कृपामूर्तिं नारायणम् नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायिने सर्वमङ्गलरूपाय सर्वानन्दविदायिने जय श्रीगुरो ज्ञानदधीनबन्धो स्वनन्ददातः करुणैकसिन्धो वृन्दावनवासी नैतावतार प्रसीद प्रचार त्रयस्वभो जगन्नाथ गुरो संसारवह्निना दग्धं मां कालदष्टं च त्वामहं शरणं गतः सदा सन्मुख संसक्तिं सखिसङ्गनिवासिनीं त्वामहं सततं वन्दे गुरुपरं सखिम् जय नवद्वीप नवप्रदीप प्रभाव पाषण्ड जय कसिमा स्वनाम संख्या जपसूत्रधारी चैतन्य चंद्र भगवान मुरारी अजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलयताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ विगतपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणाकरौ भक्त्या वीणापराधलक्षैः कामाभितरङ्गमध्ये रूपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्न वन्दे नमस्ते चरणा वन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्द वन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् श्रीचैतन्यं मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्री गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वर्ग नाम धन्यवाद वैष्णव धन्यवाद all the past Vaishnavas present and future Vaishnavas. Tanvattanam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Now, 25th March, Shukravara, Friday. Yesterday was Srivas Pandit's appearance day. Huh? Then 28th, Monday is Papa Mochini Ekadasi. Huh? Papa Mochini. So Papa Mochini Ekadasi. Huh? Then 1st of April is new moon. 10th of April is Ramnavami, Sri Ramnavami. Huh? That day also you have to do like Ekadasi. Huh? Also that day, Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj's appearance. Huh? Then Purnima. Then 3rd May is the Akshaya Tritiya. Huh? That's the when Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti was formed. You know how many days, how many years ago? 82 years ago. 82 years ago, Bhakti, our Param Gurudev, Bhakti Prajna, Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Swami Maharaj, they joined on our Gurudev. 82nd year. Because of that, whole world is so much upliftment. So that is 3rd May. 3rd May, 4th May. Other day, I think we finished the Navadip Dham Parikrama. The way we started from Antardip, then ended with Antardip. Nityananda Prabhu took Jiva Goswami to Nityananda Prabhu told him, now from Antardip, Srimadadip, Madhyadip, Goldrumadip, then Koladip, Rutudip, Janadip, then Rudradipa, then again Antardipa. There he met at Shiva Sangha. And then he asked 2 questions. If you are saying that this Dham is non-different from Vrindavan, why I should go to Vrindavan? Then other question he asked is, of course, for by the mercy, the Vrindavan Dham itself was manifested as Navadip Dham to bestow mercy on the living entities. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given you place in Vrindavan. You have to go and assist your uncle, Rupa and Sanatan. So don't delay like that. Then meantime we went to Vachaspati. Vedanta learned, and then from went to Vrindavan. Then the second question he is asking is, if I see so many people living in Dham, especially Navadip Dham, but they don't have Krishna Bhakti, they have no interest. How do we reconcile? On the other hand, we say, Navadip Dham does not take any offense, bestows so unconditional mercy. But on the other hand, how Shastra says one, but we see something else, how do we reconcile? Then he is answering. there is one Maya. If do not have faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, do not have relation with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Guru Varga, then this Maya, Prouಢ Maya, will not let you touch the Navadvip. It will put like a jar, like you catch fishermen put like net, right? To catch fish, like that net, some kind of a special net on the dam cover. So unless we have relation, if somebody doesn't have relation with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Parampara, it will not let you touch the dam. So then they will be, but they think they are in Navadvip Dham, but they are not in Navadvip. So like that. So we should have that anugatya. That's why when you go to any place, anywhere, we have to see through the ear. And then we have to remain under anugatya. Even whether we are conditioned sadhaka or going to spiritual one, we remain servants. We remain under somebody's guidance. So we are fortunate to be under the guidance of a Guru Maharaj. So advanced, so amazing. That way we do not have any worries. They will take care of all their worries, our worries. So that way. Then so at the Srivas Anga, Srivas Anga. Now yesterday was Srivas appearance day. So because who is Srivas? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Namami Bhakta Sakritam. So the one tattva, Ekameva Paramatatva, that one tattva, that Panchatattva appeared in 5 forms, 5 truths. Bhakta Rupa, Bhakta Swarupa, Bhakta Avatar, Bhakta Shakti, and Bhakta. Meaning the Shaktiman Vastu, the object, Shaktiman, Sarva Shaktiman Vastu, Sri Krishna, has appeared in 5 forms, for his pastime. He has appeared 5. Even though is 1. That is amazing thing, that is his Shakti, Achintya Shakti. By that is possible. Even though there is a duality, Dvaita Bhava. Like sometime you were telling, from the Lord's point of view is 1, right? But from our position, it is like duality, right? Meaning, from Lord's point of view, Swajatiya, Swagatiya, Vijatiya, Beda. Remember, we were talking about differences. Difference in his own body, like eyes and ear. For him, there is no difference. Why? Because Angani Yasha Sakalendra Vritti Manti. Krishna can accomplish hearing, eating, everything through his eyes. Through his mouth, he can do everything, right? Like for his mother, he showed an entire Vishwarup, like that. Is one sense. It's capable of doing all the other senses. Like you remember we were saying, how many points are there in a point? Something like that. In his one sense contains all other senses. You get it? Ours is not. Only Krishna. In his eye, it is the hearing sense is also there, seeing, knows everything. Amazing. So, same way there is no difference between him and Ram or Varha Narasimha. Swajatya, Vijatya. Swagatya, Swajatya, Swajatya. Swagatya, Swajatya, Vijatya Veda. From his point of view, the material world, everything is also non-different. Because everything under his control. Every electron, every atom under his control. We gave you example, right? Our sun. He is capable of indeed every photon. He has a command over. So how it will be different? But from our point of view, there is a difference. Right? So same way these five, you get the point. These five way. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, and Srivas. With this, there is no Veda, there is no difference. No, there is no difference. But the Rasaswadan, for tasting the rasa, even though it is different, there is no difference, but he has appeared as five forms. So Bhagavan Nandanandan, Sri Krishna himself, he has taken the feeling of a bhakta. See, Lord sometimes desires, bhaktas, his devotees are so enchanted towards him, right? Sometimes, let me become a devotee, let me see how I feel, like that, Yeah, that lobha, it is transcendental lobha, So, it is not fault in him. So then he becomes Gauranga Mahaprabhu. The highest bhakta is Radharani. So when he takes on the bhav of Radharani, he becomes so enchanted. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, so merciful. So much. That's why the devotees are much more merciful than the Lord. And highest is Radharani. So he has appeared as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Bhakta Rupa. Then Swayam Prakash, Baladev. If the Lord takes on the form of Bhakta, Balram also wants to take the bhav, the feeling of a Bhakta, right? Let me also see. So he becomes Nityananda Prabhu. That's why Nityananda is so amazing. He's crying, he's begging everybody. Imagine the whole world is from, all the jivas coming from him, all the Vishnu Tattva. He's serving Krishna so many ways. His clothes, his bed, his ornaments, body, so many ways. But when he comes as a bhav, as a bhakta, he becomes Nityananda Prabhu, becomes even more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No? No? Apparently. So he's crying, Akroda Paramananda Nityananda Rai, Abhimanya Shinna Nitya Nagara, Akroda Paramananda. Dare deke dare kahe janta mein. Bolo Gaura Hari. You tell, please cry. You tell one time, Gaurari, Gaurari. I will become, I fulfill all your desires. Like that. I'll bestow you bhakti. Just to say Gaurari. Amazing. So transformation. Then Advaita Acharya, Mahavishnu himself. But when he takes on the form of Bhakta avatar, he becomes so much. He is capable, but he felt himself helpless. Oh Lord, he must come. He cried. Tulsi and Ganga water. He cried so hard. Lord woke up. Then he saw, then he came down. Avatar. So Advaita. Then Gadadhar, Radharani, of course, what to speak, Radharani. And he has come, Radharani herself has come as Gadadhar to see Lord is playing properly or not. Right? He has taken my form, my feeling. Is he doing it right or wrong? So he is trying to correct. So like that. And then Narada Muni. Of course, when we say Gadadhar Adi, Gadadhar meaning, Gadadhar includes Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, Lalita Vishaka, and then all the Manjari, Rupa Manjari. Rupa Manjari is not Jiva Tattva, understand? Is Chinmaya, Swarup Shakti. So she also gets included there. And then Srivasadi, that is all the, like Narada Muni, other Gaura Parshad. So that Srivas Pandit is the Anta is part of this Panchatattva. Meaning he is not independent. He is acting subordinate to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, in all means. That's why in 4 places Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu always appears. In eternal appearance. What are those places? In Sachir Mandir, meaning Mother Sachi Mata's house. Nityananda Nartana, Srivas Kirtana, or Raghav Bhavan. Nityananda, wherever Nityananda Prabhu is doing dancing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Because one sees or not, he is there. Then whenever Srivas doing kirtan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. So, and then Raghava Bhavan, Raghav Pandit, very expert in cooking. So, in these 4 places, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eternally appears there. So, you can imagine the glories of Srivas Pandit. So, that Srivas Pandit appeared in the Gaura Mandal, Sri Atta. Then he moved to Navadip Dham. His father was Jaladhar Pandit, Brahmin, Vaidika Brahmin. There were 5 children for his father, Jaladhar Pandit. Srivas was the second son. His eldest brother is the Nalin Pandit. Nalin Pandit's daughter is Narayani. Narayani is the mother of Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, who composed the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And the Sripati Pandit, Srikant Pandit are elder one. The eldest one is Ram Pandit, who is the Parvat Muni. Like Narad Muni is Srivas, right? You ever heard Narad Muni? No? So many leelas. Narad Muni is amazing. So he has come as Srivas Pandit. And Parvat Muni was also very close to Narad Muni. He appeared as his youngest brother, Sri Ram Pandit. Now, when Nimai was doing his Vidya Vilas, see, whenever Lord does anything, most expert. His Leela of being in a school. School. He was arguing, defeating Mukunda and Gadadhar Pandit. He would not keep quiet. He inside them, with his tarka. Then he will defeat them. Then, ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೌದಾ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಹೌದಾ ಓಹ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ನಾನು ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಇವಾಗ ಹೌದಾ ಇನ್ನೆರಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಹಾಂ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ಹಾಂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ಹಾಂ ಆಯ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹಾಂ ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ Nimai Pandit, amazing. So he was arguing with Gadadhar and Mukunda and all that. Then again, he will defeat them. Then he will defeat his own argument. And then he will again establish like that, bah, unthinkable, they will be blown away. Anybody will be blown away. Then these devotees were thinking, bah, if Nimai becomes a devotee of Krishna, his life would have become successful. They don't know he is the Supreme Lord. He is the Yogamaya, no one. So they are thinking, wow, what a, unbeatable, unthinkable Pandit, expert, so expert. And they used to give him blessing. Oh Nimai, you should become a Krishna Bhakta. We bless you. You should very quickly become Krishna Bhakta, like that. So one day, Srivas Pandit, saw Nimai Pandit. Then he's telling Srivas Pandit to Nimai Pandit, people to become Krishna Bhakta, they study, right? But if after studying, studying, if one does not become Krishna Bhakta, then it's a waste. What is the use? Waste of vidya, education. You have wasted your life. So that's why, oh Nimai, don't waste time. Very quickly you start doing Krishna bhajan. Don't delay. No, like that. Then Mahaprabhu used to, when he heard this amazing thing by the mouth of his devotees, became very pleased. Then he used to tell, you are a devotee, by your mercy, sure I will become Krishna Bhakta. I will obtain bhakti. So he was responding like that. This is very amazing because Mahaprabhu's Leela Shakti, Yogamaya, by her influence, the devotees could not, they were all attracted towards him, but why they were attracted? And also, what is this Rupa? He is our supreme worshipable Lord. Like that, they could not discern because Yogamaya, Leela Shakti. They were attracted to him. But what happened is, after he came back from Gaya, he went to Gaya to do it's a tradition in India to forefathers, when they pass away father, they go to Gaya and then they do some things. Then there he met Ishwara Puri, took Diksha. Then when he came back, he was Prema Unmata, Krishna Prem, he was floating. He was oozing out entire all his body, everything. So it will be something amazing because before he went, he was like a Pandit. Amazing. Unchallengeable Pandit. Everybody was, but now he has become like a madman. Mad, what? What has happened? It was so nice. Maybe he has got some disease. So Mother Sachi is thinking, Sachi Mata also could not understand. He's thinking there is some Vayu Roga, meaning there is a disturbance in the Vayu, air. We have in Ayurveda, three dosha, right? Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata, Vayu. Pitta, Kapha. So this Vata, that's what makes him one, like that. She is thinking like that. So she was a little not happy, unhappy. Then, when Srivas Pandit went to see Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu is telling Srivas Pandit, oh Srivas, everybody is telling that I've been afflicted with this disease, Vayu. They are thinking, please tell me, what is your opinion? Am I afflicted by this Vayu Roga, Vayu disease? Imbalance of Vayu, air element. Then Srivas Pandit, he started laughing and telling it. What is telling? Tomaya Jem Mat Vai Tamara Ami Chai. Mahabhakti Yog Deki Toma Sharir. Sri Krishna Anugraha Aila Tomare. Meaning, saying, the disease that we have, that disturbance, imbalance in Vayu, I would also like to have that disease. He's saying, I say there is Mahabhakti, great bhakti, has shown up in our great qualities of great bhakti in your body. Then definitely Lord Krishna showed you mercy on you. Krishna's anugraha is there on you. So then Mahaprabhu hearing Srivas Pandit, then Srivas Pandit, he embraced Srivas Pandit. And he's telling, if you have also told me that I am also afflicted with Vayu disease, you know what I would have done? I will go and jump into Ganga and give up my life. I would have done that. So, like that, So, then, so Mahaprabhu started Sankirtan in Srivas Sangha, in Srivas house, all night. Doing it. Then one day, the other people were not tolerant. See, in Dham, this is the question. Dham, Navadip Dham, everybody should appreciate the bhajan kirtan, right? Isn't it? But no. So that's why you have to this question that what Jiva Goswami writes to Nityananda Prabhu. There will be people there who appear to be on the Dham, but they are not. They are not touching the Dham. If they touch the Dham, finish, they will start crying, tears flowing there. So that is also there actually for conditioned souls like us. So whatever Lord does is perfect. At least I am convinced of it. No questions. It's perfect in no matter what the way you look at it, it remains perfect. To the extent we see perfection in Him, we become perfect. If you find fault in Him, we become, there will be a lot of fault in us. Okay? So we become perfect by His perfection. Understanding is perfect. So this is what it is. So, but the people were certain. See, if you start doing all this, you will complain to the local king, and then there will be so much, punishment to you. Like that, they were threatening. And she was simple mind, right? Vaishnavas are simple in the heart. So he became fearful of that. So he started praying to Nrsimhadev. Then Mahaprabhu, of course, he came to know. Srivas closed his doors and started worshipping Nrsimha. Nrsimha Jai Jai, Prahlada Jai Jai, Prahlada Jai Jai, Nrsimha Jai Jai, Nrsimha Jai Jai, Prahlada Jai Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Narasimhaya, Namaste Jase, Aviravir Bhava Vajranaka Vajradamsa Karma Shaya Rande Rasa Om Swaha Vem Atmani. Like that. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood, and then he took the form of Nrsinghas, He appeared at the door of Srivas Pandit, and then with his, legs, he's trying to break open the door. Then appear inside and asking, whom are you worshipping? Whom are you, doing prarthana, prayers? That is myself, like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his Nrsimha form to everybody there, whole family. Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So Shankha Chakra Gada Padma is always with Krishna also, right? In his lotus feet, always there. But in the Vishnu or Nrsimha form, what happens? They will come to his hand, right? That thing. So Mahaprabhu, he showed such an amazing thing that Srivas Pandit praying, and then he fell unconscious. So like that, he was very, very dear to Srivas Pandit. And Srivas Pandit also, when Nityananda Prabhu came first time to see, when he was going around, he met Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, Lakshmipati Tirtha. He said is a devotee, initiated by Lakshmipati Tirtha. Then Madhavendra Puri, associated. And then when he saw Madhavendra Puri, they embraced each other for so many hours. They fell, both of them, unconscious, so many hours. So then he came to Vrindavan. He was crying, Kanai, 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 Kanai. Where are you? Where are you? Because all the cows and he could not control it. Then the ethereal voice came. Your brother has appeared as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Navadvip. Go on with it. So he came, ran, and then he did not come in front of Gauranga Mahaprabhu directly. He hid Nandanacharya's bhavan. Nandanacharya. Then, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. He told them, devotees, go and search for a Maha Bhagavat. He had appeared. Then they could not find anything. So he himself brought all the devotees. And when they saw each other, tears flowing from each other, and they ran to each other. Like that. That time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Srivas Pandit to recite a sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he started telling, Varhapidam Natavara Vapu Karnayo Karnikaram. That Sri Krishna, when he entering the forest, how the gopis are feeling. He has a peacock feather and wonderful flowers in his ears, Vajanti Mala and flute. All this. When Nityananda heard this, he fell onto the ground. He was unconscious. So then Nityananda, Gauranga Mahaprabhu dragged him on his lap and testifying like that. One day, Gauranga Mahaprabhu told Nityananda to do Vyasa Puja. Then they agreed that it will be done at Srivas Pandit's house. So the day before, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the form of Balaram to Nityananda Prabhu. When Nityananda saw that, he fell unconscious. Then Advaitacharya also saying, nod on, reminding him, you called me here, Then, in the next day, in the puja, he was telling Nityananda Prabhu, put a garland on the Vyasa Puja, right? Vyasa. Nityananda Prabhu put the garland on the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed this Shadbhuja, Krishna form, Ram, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu form. He was amazed. Then looking at the Nishtha of Nityananda, Srivas, faith in Nityananda Prabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu blessed him. The Lakshmi always reside in your house. Let Lakshmi reside in your house all the time. They will not Any lack of things in your house. So, they were doing in Shiva's Pandits, especially on day of Ekadasi, big kirtan. Harivasare Harikirtan Vidan. Nritya Arambila Prabhu Jagatera Pran. Punyavanta Sri Vas. Sanganetra Shubharamba. Utilo Kirtan Dwani. Gopal Govinda. Harivo Rama Rama. So, amazing Kirtan going on. Then he showed Srivas Pandit's house, one called Mahaprakash for 7th Prahara. He sat down on the Vishnu Asana and then he showed to everybody. He showed all the avatars of Krishna. Like that, he blessed so much Srivas Pandit, So Srivas Pandit, it shows how amazing, how blessed Srivas Pandit. One day, there was a Brahmin who came, I want to see the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing like that. And that that Brahmin was only on milk, nothing else. But Srivas thought, oh, he's very nice. So he gave me a place. Then the Nritya started, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't feel proper. Something, strange. So then Srivas became very fearful. Then he told, Lord, I allowed this Brahmin boy. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. One cannot become devotee just by following these external austerities. You have to surrender to Krishna. Then only, Then Srivas put him away outside. But that boy was crying. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also blessed him, that boy also. So, sometime after his all night, he used to go take a bath in Ganga. They used to play in Ganga. Sometimes he used to take bath in the veranda, outskirt of his house. So there was one servant of Srivas. His name was Dukhi because he is always not happy, unhappy. So name was Dukhi. But he was making sure all the pots filled up with Ganga water, so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can take bath. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw her service, then he changed her name. We are not Dukhi. We are Sukhi. We are very happy. So, like that. One time, we talked this, I think many times. There's many envious people. It's very unfortunate. There was one Gopal Chappal. He was Brahmin, but born in a Brahmin family. But that way, Jagai Madai were also born. But because of the association, so he was also like that. He was Shakta, meaning worshipping Kali like that. But he was not allowed inside. So he became very angry, and then he put all the things they worship Kali, like liquor, Hindu, some unholy things, in front of Srivas. When Srivas opened his door in the morning, he said, everybody, hey, this is what I do. I worship Kali all night. And others said, no. So they brought somebody, they cleaned up with cow dung, and then they threw it away. Because of that, he became a leprosy, affected by leprosy. Then he prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please, deliver me. Then Mahaprabhu became very angry and he was saying, you are a Bhakta Dvesh, you are hating Bhaktas. I will never elevate you. Even after millions of lifetimes, I'll make you be eaten up by these cremies for millions of lives. You made Srinivas Bhavani, like Kali worship. You have to fall in, very Raurava, Naraka, for a long time. Like that. But same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after accepting sannyas, and he came back. Again, this Gopal Chapal approved him. Now he became very. Then he told him, don't worry. You go and ask forgiveness from Srivas Pandit. Then Srivas Pandit forgave him, and then he sent him to a devotee, initiated him also by chanting, by glorifying Vaishnavas, right? Constant Vaishnavas. That's why we should glorify all Vaishnavas. Now, try to find fault in anybody. This should be our attitude. If you want to make progress in bhakti, this is one thing. Please never find fault in anybody. Everything is perfect. To the extent we are imperfect, to that extent we are seeing imperfection outside. Imperfection of our imperfection inside of us. Get it? So don't try to fight. This is my advice. Not only for Guru Parampara, that it is because of our past. Some things are coming up, but we pray constantly. So that's why our finger, like this, it comes out outside. This finger, 3 times, towards us, showing is much more than faults in us than others. So if we have to correct our fault. This is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, remember, we were discussing what he recommends, he advises. The beauty of Vaishnava is correct himself. If we correct ourselves, whole world will get corrected. That's the thing. So Srivas, you see, Srivas Pandit, that's how he forgave him. He made him devotee. And then he glorified all the Vaishnavas. He got back. He became much more effulgent than before. See? Then the Devakinandan is the one who's telling, oh, let me glorify the past Vaishnavas, the present, and the future Vaishnavas also. So, in effect, everybody Vaishnava. So, at least in principle, in a sukshma form, in subtle form, right? Isn't it? It's like this. Any citizen in America, for example, or is the potential of becoming a president, is it true or not? Of course, you don't want to become a president of that country, that is something else. But what I'm saying is potentially, is it not? So maybe if his goal is like that 100,000 years, if that country survives, that is different. But again, going after the material position is the most inglorious thing, most unethical thing that one can do. You don't want to be president of any country in that sense. Of course, if you can become by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, like Prahlad Maharaj, that is different. Prahlad Maharaj changed the entire kingdom. He made everybody Vaishnava. So, if your goal is like that, that is different. No matter what our position is, we want to make others Vaishnava, make others happy. Increase their happiness. Actually, they are not happy. We have to make them happy. To show that they are really happy. If you get connected with the most happiest person, then you'll be happy. So like that. Then. One time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing kirtan in Siva's house. And Sivas had only one son, small boy, small baby rather. And in the middle of the night, it died. Then the ladies' house, they started crying. Mother, because they have attachment, and they started crying. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is all the devotees are doing kirtan. So Sivas came inside and he came to know that his only child, one and only child, died. Right? Now how he should react? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. See? He said, he forbade the lady, don't cry, don't mistake, don't worry, we'll take care of this later. Be happy, don't cause disturbance. So he came back. And still they started crying. Ladies, Then went and told them, if you don't stop, then I will go jump into my Ganga and then I'll give up my life. But see, his own son lost his son. How any ordinary person or anybody, it will be devastation, is it not? His whole psychology will thrown out and it will be so much disturbed. But Sivas was not like, not disturbed. Vaishnava, satisfaction of Vishnu, Mahaprabhu is the only. So he told them, if you don't stop immediately, I will give up my life jumping into the Ganga. Then what happened? All the ladies became quiet. Then he came back. Then Mahaprabhu is telling, today I feel something different here. Is everything okay in the house? In Srivas Pandit's house? No? Because nobody informed him. Then devotees were telling, Lord, yes, one and only son of Srivas died. Why did you tell me before? No, he was forbidden. Don't tell this to Lord Chaitanya. Started crying. Wow. Then he's asking, is anybody unhappy here? Oh Lord, when you are here, how can there be unhappiness here? Srivas Pandit is telling. Then when somebody was telling that his only son left, is not letting us tell you, then he's telling, oh, how can I give up? Lord started crying. When he's so dear and near and dear gone away, and they don't want to disturb. Wow. How can I give up such a devotee? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started crying himself. Then, now take me where your son left his body. So they took him inside. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling this boy, oh, little boy, why have you left such a great exalted devotee like Srivas? Why you want to go somewhere else? Then that boy came back to life. He's telling, how many days that I was destined to stay with Srivas? How I stayed here. Now, by your own desire, I'm going somewhere else. You are sending me somewhere, I'm going there. I'm eternally your eternally your devotee. We have no independence. I'm not independent. I cannot desire to go here and there on my own. I'm a swatantra, unindependent living entity. I cannot do anything opposing your desires. Please bless me in such a way, wherever I go, in whatever position I am, let me not forget your lotus feet. Mahaprabhu. So when the other relatives of Srivas Pandit heard this, they all became enlivened, and all their suffering went away. So there is a great teaching we have to learn. Then Mahaprabhu is telling Srivas Pandit and Malini, his wife, don't worry. So Srivas, Malini. From now on, myself and Nityananda will be your two children. We will be your children, two children. You lost one, you got one more, two more. No? So don't worry. And we will never leave you. See, this is what is amazing. Never leave you. No? So, Jai Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Srivas Pandit ki Jai. Now the question comes in our mind also maybe. Now wait a minute. Srivas Pandit is such an exalted devotee, and some jiva, came as a son, Srivas Pandit. What a exalted! Then why he has to leave? Where he is going? Is there any better place than Srivas Pandit's house? You get it? You get this question, right? So our Gurudev one time he answered that, saying, you must have gone as Manjari, to Golok Vrindavan. So, because of, in a very short time, he got the blessing of Navadip Dham, and what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was, went there. Ade, Parita. So Radha and Krishna. Srivas Pandit also used to take part in Rath Yatra. Before Rath Yatra, one day before, there is something called Gundicha Mandir, Marjan. Gundicha Mandir, cleansing, Gundicha Mandir. The Gundicha Mandir, Sundarachal, in Jagannath Puri, Neelachal and Sundarachal. Jagannath lives except 2 weeks. 2 weeks is in Sundarachal, that is Vrindavan. Remaining time is in Neelachal, which is like Dwarka. So, before they appeared, Jagannath appears in Rath Yatra, they want to make they want to prepare the place so that he can stay very happy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, he was, this is one of the best lila, for sadhakas like us, like he is telling, he himself is to take broom, is to ask king, servant, providing. Usually they used to do, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the servants of kings used to do the cleansing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started coming there, he said, no, we will do. Please give us that opportunity. So he used to take the broom, so many brooms, so many things, water, and then he used to inspect, all the devotees, how much dust they have collected. He used to inspect. And the more one collects, he was more happy. So much cleansing. So in other words, the heart, our cleansing of our heart, we have to do. What is that? Watering and then grooming? Now, right? Because now, cleansing. So Srivas Pandit also used to take. After that, they engage in the Rath Yatra. Bringing. In other words, before we bring Krishna, you better make his place ready, clean, and then try to bring. No, let me bring and then I will start cleaning. No, that is not acceptable. So there used to be 7 mandalis, kirtaniyas, kirtaniyas. So in each group, there is one singer and then one dancer. Principal singer, principal dancer. There are so many other people. Mridanga and all that. 7 groups. That is famous. So Srivas Pandit, he was in the second group. He was the singer. You remember when we told, whenever Srivas is singing, whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, in the house of Satyamata, in the dancing place of Nityananda, and singing of Shiva, and then in the Raghava Bhavan, house of Raghava. These 4 places. So, like that. So, he was the singer, and who is the dancer? Nityananda Prabhu. Can you imagine? In our bhajan, we should meditate on this. 7 groups. Srivas is singing, and Nityananda is dancing. And in the first group, who is singing? Can you imagine? Swarup Damodar. Wow, beautiful voice. And who is dancing? Advaita Acharya, right? So, first one is Swarup Damodar, singing, and Advaita Acharya is the dancer. Second one, Srivas is singing, and Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. In the third group, Mukunda is singing, and then Haridas Thakur is dancing. Can you imagine Haridas Thakur dancing? Wow, amazing. So many. Then the fourth one, Govinda Ghosh, and then Vakreshwar Pandit dancing. Govinda Ghosh is singing, Vakreshwar Pandit is dancing. Vakreshwar Pandit is dancing. One time he danced for 72 hours, something like that. 3 days, non-stop. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, wow, if I had another dancer like you, I would have taken off into the sky. So, then the fifth one, Kulinagram, the entire village, they are singing. And then Nartak is Ramananda and Satyaraj. Now Satyaraj is also. And sixth one is Shantipur. And then Achyutananda is the dancer, son of Advaita Acharya, Achyutananda. Then in 7th one, Pandavasi, they are singers, and the dancer is Narahari and Raghunandan. Narahari and Raghunandan. We talked about it. Raghunandan. Narahari Sarkar. So, you can imagine. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to dance together, he used to bring all those together. In front of Jagannath. You have to meditate this every day when you are doing chanting, right? So this is a great thing. You are chanting, then you are remembering this past time, and then you will be doing the Jagannath Puri Dham Parikrama, and they are taking Jagannath to Vrindavan, right? So if you do this, we will very quickly. We will enable like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all these devotees, to bless us to enter Vrindavan. So one time what happened was, time is up. Prataparudra, king of Jagannath Puri, Prataparudra, in a Rath Yatra time, he was dancing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is also watching them. There is one servant of Prataparudra, Harichandan, king putting his hand like this on the shoulder of the servant and seeing, watching him. So that time, everybody, is amazing. So by some chance, Srivas Pandit came in front of king, unknowingly, He also wanted to see the Uddhanda, amazing dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is watching that. Then Harichandan saw that it is blocking the vision of king. So Harichandan telling, move away, Shiva. He did couple of times, and then something happened. Shiva didn't tolerate it. He hit him. Hit the servant of the king, right? Harichandan. Then Harichandan became very angry and he wanted to say something to Shiva. Then what the king said, he stopped it. Hey, shut up, don't say anything. You are so fortunate, you got a hit from pure devotee. Shiva, be happy. Don't say anything, like that. So, you obtain the touch of his hand, lotus hand. Okay, you are so fortunate. I didn't get it. So, so like that, you stopped him. So that is, we have to learn something from this. See, whether some Vaishnavas, whether actually Vaishnavas cannot do anything bad, right? They cannot bring any. That's why we are saying Vaishnava, they are bringing so much auspiciousness into the life of everybody. So whatever they do, it's like Krishna. Whatever he does is sweetness, right? That's why Madhuradipate Akilam Madhura. Same way, to Vaishnavas, whatever they do, even if they hate, it's a blessing. So we have to take that. Our Gurudev used to say, if nowadays some devotees, disciples are there, if Guru says something very harsh, they will leave him and run away. What he used to say sometimes. We should not do like that. It is our great fortune. If somebody, Vaishnava, chastises us, see, who can we chastise? Can we chastise who is going on the road? Who can we chastise? One who has the relationship, is it not? For his betterment. So we should feel honored if we get chastised. Mercy, like that. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left to take sannyas, then Srivas Pandit could not tolerate, could not stay in Navadip anymore. So he left Navadip. Then he went back to Kumarahatta. Then Kumarahatta is also the birthplace of Ishvara Puripad. Then Mahaprabhu has also gone to Srihatta, Ishwari Puripad Janmasthan. Then he used to collect some mud from there. Then devotees started doing that, so now they have become a, what you call big, little taking mud by devotees, everybody. It's called Chaitanya Doba, little like a place, Doba. Then one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Srivas is always engaging in serving devotees, right? So what he will do to maintain his family? So then if you don't do, how you are going to maintain? Then Shiva is telling, Lord, then he says, I will fast first day, second day, 3 days, then I will jump into Ganga. This was Shiva. Then you know what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling? He said, no, you're making it. Like, he says, it can happen that Lakshmi might have to go and beg. But not my devotees. So, for a devotee, there will not be any shortage. No, for him, whatever he wants, whatever he needs will be taken care of. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that assurance. That's why it is assurance for all of us. Don't worry. Oh, if I don't become devotee, what will happen to my daily life or this and that? We have a concern. But don't worry. That's why our priority in our life is to become devotee. Then other things will be taken care of by itself. But if you think my primary goal is to take care of my life, and then secondary is becoming devotee or following, you will always have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we have to learn from the teaching of Srivas Pandit, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Because when we are born, I told this, our duration of life, then duration of life, how long we will live, right? How much education we will have, how much wealth we acquire, what kind of work we do, and the day and time of leaving this world is fixed because of our past. You cannot increase your wealth. You have put in your previous bank, you are dying, previous life. You cannot increase or decrease. Now whatever we are doing, we are putting into the next life bank. Right? Understand? You can put in, you can draw from the previous lives, you can put it into the next lives. You cannot put into the previous life, or you cannot draw from the next life. You get it? Of course, if you do Ekadasi, flexibility will be there. Chanting, become devotee, flexibility. That's why we should not concern about that. If we do our rounds properly, Ekadasi properly, Krishna will provide. Krishna is watching us. Our Guru Parampara is watching us. Don't think that they are not with us. They are fully aware what is happening in everyone's life. So somehow or the other, pull us through. We'll be very happy to see that we progress. So we pray to Srivas Pandit to give this kind of understanding, this kind of Shakti, this kind of blessing on all of us to become better devotees, to remember his own leelas, and may bless us. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Any question? No problem for the audio, right? Was it okay?
Yes, Maharaj, everything was okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
questions, devotees? Haribol?
Hare Krishna, Dhamma Pranam, Shri Gurudev.
No.
I would like to ask a question. So, for the neophyte devotee who used to practice impersonal, like Buddhism, and then coming to Bhakti Yoga because to engage all our senses in devotional service and establish relationship, and even like the books have a personality, like if a devotee is struggling with those concepts, like what could we do to improve? Thank you.
See, even in a mundane college, for example, around the world, you can see primary school or middle school or anything. Is there any school where there are no teachers, only books? Can you imagine? Right? Only books. And when you enter the school, you don't see anybody there, right? Or you go to, anywhere, there will be somebody or the other. Now, even like one time I was in Europe, there is one small train, not too long, couple of kilometers, I think. There is no driver. So you can say, wait a minute, there is one driverless, like a metro, like a train going. But behind that, there is a personality who programmed in that machine. You understand? Even before that, you may not see. Now, suppose you sit in a flight. Are you going to be comfortable if you come to know, wait a minute, there is no pilot, there is no assistant pilot, and the flight is going by itself. You think you are going to sit in that plane? No, somehow there is something. So this is like a theoretical kind of thing, impersonal and all that. Actually, there is personality behind day-to-day life. If you want to learn swimming, imagine a small baby or yourself. There's only swimming pool and nobody else to see around. See, there will be a teacher, they will be watching you, and there will be first aid, you understand? And so many, things around, we may not be aware of it. So same way, the books, our transcendental books are also personalities, Srimad Bhagavatam, or the shloka, they are all personalities. So first we pray to them by their blessing. Of course, like that person also had a mother and father to start with. Can you imagine taking birth into a family where you don't see mother or father? What will happen? So this is the problem with the Mayavada. They are so impractical. So Buddhism also, Hinayana especially. So if you find Buddha, you should kill him. This is what they say. Unfortunately, so it's very unfortunate. Prasadam, suppose we take prasadam. How prasadam can it come into by itself without somebody making it, offering it? And then Lord accepting it, you understand? There's three things. One who cooks, of course, one comes, right, cooks, offers it, and then acceptor also must be there. If there is no acceptor, there is no offer, whom we are going to offer. There is nobody to accept it. So, so that reciprocation, see, if there is no personality, that's when we become very, unhappy, unhappy. So, somehow you have to give this example and then to show the fallacy in their teachings, understand? Why the fallacies? Madhvacharya, I wrote that, Shata Doshani, 100 faults. It doesn't mean that they have only 100 faults. There are millions and millions and billions of faults. Because if you do not include Krishna, it's all fault, billions of. If you include Krishna, then there is no fault in it. Even if it appears to be a fault, it is not fault. Whereas in their thing, even appears like something logical, actually it is not there. So this is the thing, So you have to even in this program, if none of you are watching or forum, then to whom I'm going to speak to? You understand? So this is very, very illogical, So in the spiritual world also, is much, much more vibrant. Much, much more vibrant, So everything is alive, The land, the water, everybody is Chinmaya, feelings. So this is what you have to, that's how you have to tell. You have to show them the fallacy in their argument, like that. Any other question?
Thank you very much.
If not, we will end. Thank you very much. And sorry for the sound problem last time. Now I think I got it right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Next is Sri Radha Krishna Bhajan by Rasa Priya Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my Dandavat Pranams. Jai Radha Jai Krishna, page 150. Jaya Radha Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohana. Jaya Radha Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohana. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhana, Nalindi Yamuna Jaya Mahavana. Rishi Gacha Banshi Vacha, Radasa Kanana, Yaha Sabalina Kwelo, Shri Nandanandana, Shri Nanda Yashoda Jaya Gopidana, Shidama Adi Jaya Dinu Vatsagana, Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari, Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhira Nagari, Jaya Jaya Gopish Bhaira Vrindavana Manja, Jaya Jaya Krishna Sakha Yatu Jivaraja. Jaya Ramagata Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasi Jana Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Nagakanya Gana Ati Dijahara Paya Govinda Charana Shri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shama Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manorama Jaya Jaya Ujjvala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sara हरि क्या बाबा जहाँ प्रजेते प्रचारा श्री जानवा पदा पद्मा घोरेय स्मराना बिना कृष्ण दासा काहे रामा संकीर्तना excuse me Jaya Radha Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinata Madana Mohana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Shri Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams to all dear devotees. Vanchakapatarubyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha vaishnavebhyo namo namaha vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Sorry, dear devotees, I have this cold in my throat and it affects me sometimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rasapriya. Next, we'll have Ananga Mataji for Nashinga Dear song. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Thank you so much, Rasapriya Mataji, for beautiful kirtans, and thank you for the program. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Sri Narasimha Stuti, page 356 in the Gaudiya Gita Gucha book. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahladaladaini, Prahladaladaini, Hiranyakashipu Vakshah, Hiranyakashipu Vakshah, Shrilatankanakalaye, Shrilatankanakalaye, Ito Nisimho, Parato Nisimho, Ito Nisimho, Parato Nisimho, Yato Yato Yamitato Nisimho, Yato Yato Yamitato Nisimho, Vahir Nisimho, Hridaya Nisimho, Vahir Nisimho, Hridaya Nisimho, Narasimha Majim Sharanam Prapade, Narasimha Majim Sharanam Prapade, Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Drari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव। Lord Nrsimhadev ki jai, Bhakti Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Nita Gauranga, Hari Hari Bol. Translation. I offer pranam unto Nrsimha Bhagavan, who gives joy to Prahlad Maharaj, and whose nails are like chisels on the stone-like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. Lord Nrsimhadev is here and also there. Wherever I go, Lord Nrsimhadev is there. He is in the heart and is outside as well. I surrender unto Nrsimhadev, the origin of everything and the supreme refuge. Upon the beautiful lotuses of your lotus hands, your nails, with their amazing tips, have torn asunder the wasp-like body of demon Hiranyakashipu. O Keshava, who assumed the form of a man-lion, all glories to you, O Lord of the universe, O Hari. All glories to Lord Nrsimhadev, all glories to the Lord Sri Prahlad, who is like a honeybee always hovering about the lotus-like face of Sri Lakshmi Devi. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Ananga Mataji. Next, we'll have Ananda Mohan Prabhu for Drive Divine Prayer. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to one and all. Rishi Guru Govardhana, Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Ji ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Om Vishnu Para Stotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Dani Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Om Vishnu Para Stotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Om Vishnu Para Stotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Om Vishnu Para Stotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Vishnu Par Astotra Sata Shrimad Bhakti Pragan Keshava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Vishnu Par Astotra Sata Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Parama Bhagavat Pravara Shri Srila Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Shri Srila Satchidanandan Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Pravishta, Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Gaudiya Vedanta Acharya Shri Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu ki jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakri Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Tray ki jai. Shri Krishnas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhat Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhat Das Raghunath Sat Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Raya Ramanandari Shri Gaur Prasad Binda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Shri Antar Dvip Mayapur Simhan Dvip Godrum Dvip Madhya Dvip Kola Dvip Ritu Dvip Janu Dvip Modra Dhrum Dvip Ruda Dvip Patmaka Srinivas Dvip Dham ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Vadash Anat Prakash Shri Vajamandar ki jai. Shri Radha Kun Shamakun Ganga Yamuna Tulasi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Srimati Vinda Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ji ki jai. Shri Chetan Mandar ki jai. Sarva Vigna Vinashkari Shri Narsimha Dev ki jai. Bhakta Pravar Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Charadham ki jai. Char Sampradaya ki jai. Characharya ki jai. Akarma Raja Chaitanya Mat ki jai. Shri Keshaviri Gaudiya Mat Ota Saka Mat Samha ki jai. Yantarashtra Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagar Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Preman Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Ananga and Mohan Prabhu. Raj Kishore, any announcement, any programs?